Near protocol, since Bitcoin's nasty May and June drops, it's been going sideways for about 114 days and has broken out of this macro channel, which goes back to its near's all-time high. And this is a macro change because it's the first time it's gotten out of this channel in a macro sense since last November. What we're going to do here real quick is really, when do you start seeing, what's the threshold or the tipping point when you should think it's probable it's going to break below this area and come meet the top of the channel, which is among the top two most probable things to happen over October and November. So let's focus, let's hone in on that. And then let's figure out to the upside, what kind of targets are we going to be looking at and why. So let's go get some near. And again, so this is during a live stream, but anybody watching the recording of this, go ahead and hit the like button to help support your content creator. And if you just jumped on the stream as well, haven't hit that yet, help a guy out and hit that for the algo. And if you happen to leave a comment, I will try to conduct due diligence and delete the clone scammer comments. Okay, so from a downside perspective, I'm going to hunt for, so structurally it looks, fairly obvious. This low and this low, let me mark them. That starts increasing the chance of the initiation. So around 360 to 370 would probably initiate a move down to here, but is there it looks like there's an EMA holding this guy up because it's technically already below that. Look at that, but it's holding on. So it's I'm missing something, and I don't think it's the structure over. I don't think it's the structure over here. Like it's using this. I don't think that's it. I think there's something down here. 36. No, it might be this wick low right here. Let me see. No, it took that out too. Interesting. Again, this is not a pre-planned video. I'm trying to figure this out on the fly, but the value in this, even though I don't have the TA prepped for you, it's valuable to know that I find myself in a lot of situations where I realize I'm missing something and I need to hunt until I feel satisfied. Like this is why buyers and sellers are, this is a good explanation for why buyers and sellers and the pivots of such a thing, of those groups are intertwining in this way. Damn, I don't see anything down there. All my key EMAs are above it. Let me do a simple fib retracement. It's not a macro fib. All right, so if a simple fib retracement from this local high in August to the yearly low, it did come down exactly to this fib line right here, the 236. And a lot of people do trade fibs. I don't. This might be one of the rare cases where, yeah, and there's nothing at the beginning of price structurally. Oh, man, is that it? I'm missing something. That might be it. So this might be one of the rare cases where my analysis has nothing where the fib gets it right. Because usually what I find is when a fib works, and people always say, oh, look at like among these 15 options to be right? Which is, I do too in my videos. Like I usually give myself 3 options. That's why I'm right a lot more because I give 3 guesses. So among all the lines, usually when a fib, one of the 10 options works, there's usually a better reasoning for it, right? Or there's confluence or other things there as well that could easily either help. It's like 3 people, in football, American football, okay, the lopsided ball, or in rugby. Sometimes it's not just one person tackling one defender tackling the offensive person. Sometimes it's 2 or 3, right? Which 2 or 3 reasons why that person got tackled. So usually I find that with fibs, but here, look, this might be a standalone tackle right here. Damn. I don't know. Maybe there's another trend line I'm missing. Here, let's see here. There aren't many times in my TA where I can't freaking find it. Huh. This is a rare moment. I'm kind of speechless. So it was a fib. All right, so I guess that fib line, if that bearish retracement fib line is taken out, this honestly, it's going to be more important than these local lows here, oddly. I would have thought these local lows would have been the initiator down to this point, but it did go below, and buyer stepped in at that fib line. Unless I'm missing something else, but I couldn't find it within 3 minutes of struggling with it on a live stream. So I would say this is your very obvious point to the downside, and that could, so that doesn't guarantee a flood down all the way down here, like a capitulation, but it does like start making this type of target and that idea, it starts making acceleration to the downside more probable because it's hanging on by a thread. So you need to mark this line off. Just the local low at 342. To the upside, you're going to start having some, well, everybody's going to be trading this line right here. So if you're long, right, you need to realize that people are going to be selling in to this, or like if they're long, buyers who help price get all the way up here, they will flip immediately to sellers. Like not just take profits, but they will they will potentially take profits on their longs and open shorts simultaneously, right? So keep this trend line in your thoughts for near protocol. And then in the middle, so that takes this out because this line here is going to be above that wick down horizontally. So we're looking for horizontals. And then I'll do my EMAs. Key area of interest here. Yeah, 4.25, but it's pretty damn close to that line. And then EMAs, let's put on the most important one, weekly 10. So if it comes up shy to this area of interest, it's very likely, yeah, you have two very strong EMA obstacles. So before you get to this pretty damn big, decent sized rally, 22%, you have two obstacles to look out for first. Is A, the daily 21, and B, the weekly 10. So near's looking pretty weak. Bitcoin is above this so this is weaker than Bitcoin right now. So something's changed on near. It's not looking good. Bitcoin is well above its daily 21. So because it's underperforming Bitcoin from a structural slash EMA standpoint, it very easily might not participate in this rally, even if Bitcoin goes well above 21K. Like it's possible it doesn't get above its weekly 10. Like it's almost as if like Samson got his hair cut or something. Was strong, but something's changed that was fairly instant, and it's not looking nearly as strong. So I don't even think this is in play. These two levels are not in play until the daily 21 and the weekly 10 are broken. So before you start looking up here for these bullish targets, don't even keep this in the back of your mind, really, until the daily 21 is beaten. And then after that's beaten, then maybe keep these in mind, but don't think they're probable until price gets above the weekly 10. That's it. That is what I would look forward to the upside. So bigger upside targets here. The reasons why horizontal / everybody's going to be trading this trend line. That same trend line is on Bitcoin. But because near is weaker than Bitcoin recently, it could easily come up shy, even if Bitcoin rallies fairly hard. And your two major obstacles where sellers will come in to some degree, perhaps not to break it down, but they will come in. daily 21, weekly 10 before it gets to this point. Your breakdown point really is your local low, or that fib that I took like 5 minutes to confirm that that's all that was there. So there's a lot of pressure down. This is looking pretty weak. And because it's underperforming Bitcoin, that does increase the chance that it does just start accelerating, with humps along the way. But like over time, it would greatly increase the chance of this, the top of the previous macro channel to be hit. I don't think it's weak enough for Near Protocol to really want to dive back into this channel. But, I mean, that's still a big percentage down to hit the top of it later in life. 72% down is the top of the channel in November. Like, not far away, right? That's 72% down. So you need to watch out for this one, especially if you're looking at this from a hodl slash like a investor standpoint. Using previous resistance as support is still 72% down on Near. And that would be this year if that were to play out. You need to keep that in mind if you're DCAing and doing a more of a investor standpoint as opposed to a trader standpoint, right? Rock and roll. That's Near.